Hello friend, welcome to my channel Coin Worth Million. Today video is one you won't miss. We're diving into the world of coins top 25 cents. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. So let's get it started. The 2009 Canadian 25 cents coin, commonly known as the quarter, is a piece of modern Canadian coinage that holds both everyday transactional value and historical significance within the larger framework of Canada's monetary system. Like other quarters from Canada, the coin has a face value of 25 cents, equal to 1/4 of a Canadian dollar, and it is widely used in circulation for small purchases, vending machines, and as change. The 2009 edition is notable because it comes from a period when Canada was issuing both standard circulation quarters and numerous commemorative designs, reflecting the Royal Canadian Mint's commitment to blending tradition with modern themes. The 25-cent coin itself has always been one of the most popular denominations in Canada due to its frequent use, its practical size, and its role in national commemoration. In 2009, the quarter maintained the familiar characteristics established in earlier years but also carried with it a place in the narrative of Canada's numismatic evolution. To understand the 2009 Canadian quarter in depth, one must first appreciate the long-standing history of the denomination in Canada. The 25-cent coin was first introduced in 1870, only 3 years after Confederation, when Canada became a self-governing dominion within the British Empire. Over the decades, the quarter underwent numerous changes in design, composition, and symbolism. Traditionally, the obverse of the coin always carried the effigy of the reigning British monarch, reflecting Canada's constitutional monarchy and ties to the crown. By 2009, the monarch on the obverse was Queen Elizabeth II, who had been featured on Canadian coinage since her ascension in 1952. For the 2009 quarter, the effigy used was the one designed by Canadian artist Susanna Blunt in 2003, which depicted a more mature and realistic image of the Queen, without the crown, offering a modern yet respectful portrait. This Blunt effigy marked a departure from the previous regal, heavily detailed portraits and instead provided a softer, approachable appearance that resonated with Canadians in the early 21st century. The reverse design of the 2009 standard circulation 25-cent coin featured the iconic Caribou, which has been the symbol of the quarter since 1937. This design, created by Emmanuel Hahn, depicts a majestic caribou head and antlers, a representation of Canadian wildlife that has become deeply symbolic of the country's natural environment. The Caribou quarter is one of Canada's most enduring and recognizable coin designs, instantly associated with Canadian currency around the world. In the 2009 edition, this reverse design was preserved in the same form as in prior decades, though the coin continued to be minted with modern techniques that provided sharper detail and durability. The words, Canada, and the face value, 25 cents, are inscribed above and below the Caribou image, while the date, 2009, is placed beneath it, identifying the year of minting. When it comes to physical specifications, the 2009 Canadian 25 cents coin was struck in multi-ply plated steel, a composition introduced in the year 2000 to replace the more expensive nickel and silver alloys used in earlier decades. This modern composition consists of a steel core plated with layers of nickel and copper, giving the coin durability, resistance to wear, and a silvery appearance similar to earlier nickel issues. The coin has a diameter of 23.88 mm, a thickness of 1.58 mm, and a weight of 4.4 grams. Its edge is reeded, a characteristic feature that aids in identification and discourages counterfeiting or tampering. These specifications are consistent with quarters minted in the years around 2009 and remain the standard for circulation quarters in Canada today. An important aspect of the 2009 Canadian quarter is its dual role as both a circulation coin and as part of various commemorative series issued by the Royal Canadian Mint. During 2009, Canada celebrated a number of themes through its coinage, including Olympic commemoratives leading up to the 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympics. Many Canadians remember that between 2007 and 2009, the Mint released a series of quarters celebrating Olympic sports and Canadian athletes as part of its build-up to the Games. As such, 2009 quarters can be found both in the traditional Caribou design and in special commemorative issues featuring Olympic sports motifs such as curling, ice hockey, and figure skating. These Olympic quarters were produced in large quantities for circulation, making them widely available to the public and encouraging Canadians to collect coins from their everyday change. This initiative not only created excitement leading up to the Olympics but also introduced younger generations to the hobby of coin collecting. The mintage of the 2009 Canadian 25-cent coin was significant, as the Royal Canadian Mint produced millions of pieces to meet circulation demands. While exact numbers vary depending on the design, standard Caribou versus commemorative issues, the quarter remained one of the most heavily struck denominations, reflecting its importance in daily commerce. Collectors today often seek out both standard 2009 quarters and the commemorative varieties, with the latter sometimes carrying additional appeal due to their unique designs and Olympic association. Some 2009 quarters were also released in special collector sets, proof-like sets, and uncirculated sets, featuring superior finishes and packaging, which are particularly desirable among numismatists. From an economic perspective, the 2009 quarter was issued during a period of global financial recovery following the 2008 financial crisis. While the coin itself retained its face value of 25 cents, its role in circulation represented a stable and reliable element of Canada's monetary system during uncertain times. The use of multi-ply plated steel helped the Royal Canadian Mint reduce production costs while maintaining quality, ensuring that the quarter continued to be economical to produce. This decision reflected broader trends in world coinage, as many countries shifted to plated steel or other cost-effective materials in the late 20th and early 21st centuries to cope with rising metal prices. Culturally, the 2009 Canadian 25-cent coin holds symbolic weight. The Caribou, as a national symbol, embodies Canada's wilderness, northern heritage, and deep connection to nature. It also reflects the importance of wildlife conservation and environmental awareness, values that are increasingly important in Canadian society. Meanwhile, the commemorative Olympic quarters of 2009 highlight Canada's pride in hosting the Winter Games, showcasing national sports and traditions while fostering unity and anticipation among citizens. For many Canadians, these quarters became keepsakes and reminders of a historic event that brought the country together on the world stage. In terms of collectibility and value, the 2009 Canadian 25-cent coin remains relatively common in its standard Caribou form, and circulated examples are generally worth only their face value. However, uncirculated and proof examples, particularly those found in collector sets or with special finishes, carry a modest premium among collectors. The Olympic-themed commemorative quarters from 2009 also retain interest, especially for individuals who collect the full set of designs released between 2007 and 2009. While not exceedingly rare, these coins are a fascinating window into Canadian numismatic history and represent the intersection of culture, sport, and national identity. Finally, the 2009 Canadian quarter reflects the continuity of a tradition that spans over a century and a half. From its origins in the 19th century to its modern form, the 25-cent coin has always been an essential part of Canadian life, embodying both practical and symbolic value. The 2009 issue, with its blend of traditional Caribou imagery and commemorative Olympic designs, captures a moment in time when Canada was preparing to welcome the world to the Vancouver Winter Games, all while preserving the timeless symbols of its land and heritage. For numismatists, historians, and everyday Canadians alike, the 2009 quarter is more than just a piece of currency, it is a snapshot of Canadian identity, culture, and pride, forever etched into the fabric of the nation's coinage.